Hello students, welcome to the session on motor vehicle insurance. Insurance other than life insurance falls under the category of general insurance. Insurance of motor vehicles forms major chunk of the general insurance business in India. It is the Motor Vehicles Act 1988 that regulates all aspects of road transport vehicles. The Act makes the insurance of motor vehicles against third party risks compulsory. So, the owner of the vehicle is bound to insure his vehicle against third party risks. Now, who are these third parties? They are persons other than the first party, that is the insurer, and the second party, the insured. It is compulsory for all the motorized vehicles to have an insurance policy against third party liability before they can come on road. For the purpose of insurance, motor vehicles are classified into three broad categories: private cars, motorcycles and motor scooters, and commercial vehicles. Commercial vehicles are further classified into goods carrying vehicles, passenger carrying vehicles, example rickshaws, taxis, buses, etc. Miscellaneous vehicles, example funeral vans, ambulances, cinema film recording and publicity vans, mobile dispensaries, etc. It may be recalled that e-rickshaws or battery operated rickshaws have been embroiled in controversy for the past several months in India. Initially, e-rickshaws were unregulated by any central law in India. They are nothing but cycle rickshaws converted to an electric one. In India, they are popularly known as e-rickshaws and are widely spread all over India. They are being widely accepted as an alternative to petrol, diesel and CNG auto rickshaws. However, the Delhi High Court banned running of e-rickshaws in Delhi on 31st July 2014 over safety concerns raised through a public interest litigation, as these vehicles did not require registration and that their drivers also need not need licenses, as this mode of transport was not covered under the Motor Vehicles Act. And also, as the vehicles were banned, there were no insurance policies offered to the drivers and the owners of the vehicles. In March 2015, the Indian Parliament passed an amendment to the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill 2015 legalizing e-rickshaws. E-rickshaws and e-carts are being defined to have 3 wheels and limited power of 4000 watts. Under Motor Vehicles Act 1988, no person can be granted a learner's license to drive a transport vehicle unless he has held the driving license for a period of at least 1 year. As most of the e-rickshaw and e-car drivers do not have any license, the extant provision will debar them from operating e-rickshaws or e-carts for a year. In order to remove this difficulty and facilitate plying of e-rickshaw and e-cart, the central government proposes to amend subsection 1 of the section 7 of the Motor Vehicles Act 1988, which will give relaxation to e-rickshaw and e-car drivers only. In addition, the definition of e-rickshaw and e-cart is also proposed to be included under the said act. Motor insurance gives protection to the vehicle owner against damages to his or her vehicle and pays for any third party liability determined as per law against the owner of the vehicle. The owner of the vehicle is legally liable for any injury or damage to third party life or property caused by or arising out of the use of the vehicle in public place. In that case, the insurance company covers the risk of loss to the third party by the use of motor vehicle. The insurance of motor vehicles against damage is not made compulsory, but the insurance of third party liability arising out of the use of motor vehicles in public places is made compulsory. No motor vehicle can ply in a public place without such insurance. So, Section 146 of the Act states that no person shall use other than as a passenger or allowed to use a motor vehicle in a public place unless a policy of insurance which covers the liability to third party on account of death or bodily injury to such third party or damage to any property of a third party arising out of the use of the vehicle in a public place. Contravention of this provision is punishable with imprisonment which may extend to 3 months or with fine which may extend to 1000 rupees or with both. Broadly, there are 2 types of insurance policies that offer motor insurance cover. First, liability only policy. In other words, statutory requirement which covers only third party risks. Secondly, comprehensive policy which is liability only policy plus damage to owner's vehicle. Remember that if you take only a liability only policy, damage to a vehicle will not be covered. Hence, it would be prudent to take a comprehensive policy which could give you a wider cover, including cover for your vehicle. Comprehensive policy protects against all the losses or damages to the motor car, but please note it does not cover each and every insurable risk. A comprehensive policy covers losses due to fire, explosion, self-ignition, lightning, burglary, housebreaking, theft, while in transit by rail or road, inland waterways, etc. Insurance policy does not cover loss or damage due to write and strike, earthquake, flood, storm, cyclone, hurricane, tempest, inundation, hailstorm, frost, malicious act, terrorism acts, etc. Such risks may be covered by paying additional premiums. Some of the contingencies that are usually excluded under the motor vehicle insurance policy are not having a valid driving license, under influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs, accident taking place beyond geographical limits, while vehicle is used for unlawful purposes, electrical or mechanical breakdowns. Policy taken is void as the same is obtained by non-disclosure of material fact. The insurance company cannot avoid the liability except on the grounds and not any other ground which have been provided in the section 149 clause 2. In the recent time, Supreme Court, while dealing with the provisions of Motor Vehicle Act, has held that even if the defense has been pleaded and proved by the insurance company, they are not absolved from liability to make payment to the third party, but can receive such payment from the owner insured. The courts, one after one, have held that the burden of proving the availability of the defense is on insurance company, and the insurance company has not only to lead evidence as to breach of condition of the policy or violation of provisions of section 149 clause 2, but has to also prove that such act happens with the connivance or knowledge of the owner. If knowledge or connivance has not been proved, the insurance company shall remain liable even if defense is available. Now, who can take the policy? Any vehicle owner whose vehicle is registered in his or her name with the Regional Transport Authority in India. The insurance can be transferred to the buyer of the vehicle provided the seller informs in writing of such transfer to the insurance company. How to select the sum insured? The sum insured of a vehicle in a motor policy is referred to as the IDV, which stands for Insured's Declared Value. In case of theft of vehicle, or if the vehicle is totally damaged and beyond repairs in an accident, the claim amount payable will be determined on the basis of the IDV. The IDV of the vehicle is to be fixed on the basis of manufacturer's listed selling price of the brand and the model of the vehicle proposed for insurance at the commencement of the insurance or renewal and adjusted for depreciation as per schedule. How to claim in the event of an incident giving rise to a claim under the policy? In case of accidental damage to the vehicle, intimate immediately to the nearest office which will issue a claim form. Claim form duly filled in has to be submitted along with copy of registration certificate and driving license of the driver of the vehicle at the time of accident, as also estimate of repairs. Vehicle will be surveyed by a surveyor appointed by the insurance company who shall submit his report to the company. In case of major damage to the vehicle, a spot survey at the site of the accident would also be arranged by the company. Final bills or cash memos are to be submitted duly signed by the insured. Salvage of the damaged parts may be required to be deposited with the insurance company after approval of the claim. In case of theft of the vehicle, lodge an FIR with the police immediately, inform the policy issuing office with a copy of FIR, submit the final police report as soon as it is received, extend full cooperation to the surveyor and the investigator appointed by the company. After approval of the claim by the company, get the registration certificate transferred in the name of the company, submit a letter of subrogation and indemnity on stamp paper duly notarized. In case of liability claim, inform insurance company immediately of any incident likely to give rise to liability claim. On receipt of summons from the court, the same should be sent to the company immediately. Claim form duly filled in along with copies of registration certificate, driving license, FIR are to be submitted. Hope you have got a good insight on motor vehicle insurance in India. Thank you.